Hi everyone. So yes, Lash Del Sol is with me. So yes, guys, we're going to talk about AEW All Out and WWE Wrestlepalooza. But first, we're going to talk about how the NFL is. Man, I'm telling you, why would you do this to the Broncos again? Why? Just why? Why? We were losing 10-0, 10-0, and then we caught up and did some fumbles and tackles. We could have done that the whole entire game. We would have won the game and scored touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. We would have won this game. But no, but no, but no. But man, I'm just disgusted with the NFL, and that's just my opinion. I'll let Flash Del Sol speak his mind about his Cardinals losing to the 49ers by 1 point.
Yeah, yes, that's the thing right there. Both of our teams, the same day, lost at the same time. I know, right? Yeah, which gives us a really good reason to go on our rant, to express ourselves and stuff right there and all that. Is the freaking NFL, just yeah, you can see my car on the shirt. Yeah, suck it. If anybody hates it, yeah, who cares? But anyway, yeah, both of our teams lost on the same day and stuff right there and all that, while NFL is doing this crap for years while leaving our teams in the dirt. Well, I don't know, supposedly play favorites right there. No offense to the Eagles. No offense to the Eagles. The Eagles are great right there. They do real good and all that. But I can't help but notice that for years on end that some teams really struggle. They really do and stuff right there and all of that. Right, which is the reason why I've been more prepared to talk about, All Out instead of Palooza or NFL. Because honestly, just to me, dude, as of lately, both NFL and, Palooza turned out to be a disappointment. It just did, right there and all that. Like, Brock Lesnar really wanted to be the NFL that night when he was fighting John Cena, from what I would describe it and stuff, right there and all that. But All Out, on the other hand, All Out, just fantastic. Just truly fantastic right there. That was some good stuff. I'm not kidding. Truly fantastic, man. Tables, ladders, you name it, and stuff and all that right there. But anyway, right there. I can't
I
remember.
just wanted to put his. I just wanted him to put his thoughts on football, guys. But the thing is, we're going to crap on Wrestlepalooza now, real quick. I know I put it AEW All Out first in the title, but we're going to do WWE Wrestlepalooza real quick. What the heck was that last night with Cena and Brock? What the heck was that, Triple H? What the heck was that? I seen that shit when I was in high school in 2014. That swash, and then rinse and repeat. Basically, all that was rinse and repeat. I seen that. Like really, really, Triple H. Like Cena did like a couple AA's attitude adjustments and stuff, and then five knuckle shuffle several of them too, and then Brock was putting him in the corner and tackling him several times and stuff, and then freaking duplexed him a couple times as well, and then F5'd him like freaking 5 times, and that was it. And that was it. And then out of nowhere, you have Brock Lesnar attack the ref and do an F5. And then after the match, you have him do another F5 to John Cena. What the heck was that? What the heck was that as your opener? As your opener, I was watching Hangman Adam Page, Princess Kyle Fletcher in the main event, and that lasted longer. That lasted longer than the freaking Cena Fences Brock match. And that was their main event. AEW's All Out's main event.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
can I
man.
just say, man, that's exactly the reason why if I was working at WWE, I would have had a bone to pick with Triple H because of that. I really would. Like, I would have wanted him gone because of that. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But at least four of us,
Okay, guys.
at least four of us were going for John Cena and the other live stream and stuff. And what happened? Okay, yeah, let Brock
but the
squash
Usos,
John Cena. Okay,
but the Usos in the Vision match was very good. That was very good, but it was predictable. But it was a very good match, though. There was a couple chair shots in there with freaking Jey Uso was going to throw a chair at LA Knight. LA Knight was the ref in the match and stuff, and there was some good parts and moments in the match and stuff. And then the Vision picked up the win and defeated the Usos, which was a great match. I thought it was great, but it was predictable. But it was predictable. What can you say with shit that's predictable? What else? Um, what else happened on that show? Oh yeah. Then we had Stephanie Falcare versus Io Sky. That was a great match. Going back and forth, boom, 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 boom. Freaking Stephanie Falcare wins and becomes the WWE Women's Champion and doing the Devil's Kiss and doing all her move sets and stuff. That was good, man. That was good. Io Sky doing her move sets as well and so on and so forth. That was cool and all and stuff right there and stuff, man. Give it up to Io Sky too as well, guys and stuff. The title was vacant because Naomi was out. She's out because she's in pregnancy and having a kid and stuff like that. So yeah, Naomi is having a kid right now, and so yeah, she'd be gone for a while and stuff. I haven't been on here for a long time, so you're wondering. Um, the other thing, oh man, the other thing of this show that was good. AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins pulling hair. AJ Lee was pulling Seth Rollins' hair and all funny stuff and all of that. And then Becky Lynch freaking tripped. Oh yeah, Seth Rollins tripped AJ Lee and stuff. And then freaking freaking Becky Lynch was slapping CM Punk again and all of that. And then back and forth, really good stuff. And then CM Punk did a DTS to Seth Rollins, and it was a good shot in my opinion. And then Becky Lynch was trying to wake him up and stuff and all of that. And then AJ Lee did the Black Widow and made Becky Lynch tap out and give it up to AJ Lee, man. Give it up
yep,
to AJ Lee
gotta give it up to
after
AJ Lee. That's
freaking
some good
10
stuff right
years,
there.
man. Her
Good
freaking
stuff right
first
there.
match
Good stuff right
with
there.
CM
Yep,
Punk in the
AJ Lee
next tag
right there.
team match,
At least
man.
AJ Lee managed to fit our expectations right there. Oh man, none of
Yeah,
that Brock Lesnar crap. None of that Brock Lesnar crap at all. Thank you, AJ Lee, for not being a damn Brock Lesnar.
true, true, true.
At least.
The other
At
thing,
least.
guys, the main event, predictable. Cody Rhodes defeated Drew McIntyre. Good match, but predictable. What can you say? Like I said again, what can you say with predictable? With Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Undisputed Championship. No, nothing wrong to Cody Rhodes. Nothing wrong to him. It was a good match. It was a good match till towards the end. But anyways, guys, we're gonna start off with AEW All Out. Man, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So I had to do that to give you guys some moments. Oh man,
Yeah, we do. That's
oh man, I'm telling you right
the
now,
moments that
guys.
deserve it. That's the thing right there.
I'm telling you guys, the Adam Copeland match and Christian's match versus FTR, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yep.
It was so freaking good,
Lots of
man.
back and forth,
That's
man.
good stuff
Oh
in
man,
Adam
good
Copeland and
stuff.
Christian
Dude, I
and
like the table.
FTR.
I like the
For
chairs
so long, it
involved
felt
right
like
there and
so
stuff and all
long that
that.
opener. FTR is, man,
Man,
FTR, I'll tell you
yeah,
guys,
man, this is some
FTR
good
is one of the
FTR, man.
best
This was really
freaking
good
tag
shit
teams.
because I like the
You
way
remember
they go
that
back
match
and
that
forth
we
like
had back freaking with. Oh, man. I'm keeping this live, man. I don't care that you jump, man. But, anyways,
that.
man.
Honestly,
Oh, man.
you got to give credit to AEW All Out. You really do.
Yeah.
Man,
Freaking,
you really do. I'm
man,
telling
that
you. That's
match
the
was
thing right
so
there.
good. And you remember that match with FTR and the Bang Bang Gang, like 2 years ago or whatever it was on Collision?
Hmm.
And you remember,
Yeah, the Bang
I
Bang
was
Gang. I remember that.
at that time I was going through, what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, you remember that tag team match lasted for an hour, bro, on Collision. That was crazy, bro. But anyways, so yes, guys, we're going to talk about first. We're going to talk about Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs defeating the Workhorseman. It was a little fun match and stuff. And Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs defeated the Workhorseman. Good stuff right there and
Mhm.
stuff. Let's talk about it. So the crowd's rocking with the Hobbs duo running through, and JD Drake and Anthony Henry did some good stuff, and Joe did the walkaway spot on a Drake dive to set up the finish. So that's what happened right there. And then Will Hobbs lands out Henry. Well, Joe had JD strapped in a volcano clutch, and that's what happened right there. And Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs defeated the Workhorseman, JD Drake, and Anthony Henry. And we're not talking about the other JD, not that clown, not that freaking clown. Um, but
Not
yeah,
that JD. Mm-mm.
But yeah, then Daniel Garcia fences Shibata. Oh my goodness, this match was great, bro. This match was great, going back and forth for a while. Good in movesets, back and forth. Really good stuff. And Maria Shafir by being by side with Daniel Garcia was pretty cool as well, guys. With Maria Shafir and stuff. Daniel Garcia is a part of the Death Riders. Like I said when we were talking a long time with our other buddies Max and Prince Idol the other night when
Mhm.
we did the premium predictions.
Yep, gotta
So
give a
yeah,
shout out to them for joining along, even though my phone died while I was in the middle of the process. I mean, yeah, I was on there for an hour and stuff, but my phone couldn't make it. That's why I had to leave.
yeah, guys, that's why I had to do the rock out, be there for him. So
Yeah, I appreciate that.
welcome, bro. And then the regular friendly neighbor, stuff and lays down one few minutes before the finish. But Daniel Garcia's in control and hard hitting and standing surfboard, and Daniel Garcia wins with the surfboard stomp, and that's what happened right there, guys. Man, I'm telling you.
The
Then
surfboard
we
stop.
had then we had Fred House, Fred House from Ring of Honor, freaking Griff Garrison and Cold Carter and Princeton Fence's hologram and Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, which was a little fun match, guys. I thought it was good, in my opinion. Let's talk about it. So the Hills in control early, but Kyle O'Reilly starts picking them apart one by one, and the interference runs, and Kyle's getting worked over, but Hologram comes in hot and heads of steam and top core rule, and he takes Griff Gridson's back inside, and that's what happened. And Hologram and Paragon won by pinfall, and Hologram pins Griff Grinson, and that's what happened right there, guys. Then, then we had the Tornado Tailgate Brawl with
The
with
tornado brawl.
Holly
Yeah.
Cameron's team and freaking Megan Bain's team. Man, I'm telling you guys,
Yeah, that's
this
the thing
was
right there.
good.
You
This
gotta
was
give it.
good in my opinion. But I'll let Slash Del Soul speak his mind about this tailgate because a tailgate is mostly, for football. But yes, guys, I'll
Yeah,
let Slash Del Soul let his mind, and then I'll tell you guys the whole stuff.
well, even though I didn't really get to see much of that match, considering that people wouldn't post clips and stuff. But anyway, yeah, like what he said right there. That's the tailgate right there, which was meant for football and stuff and all that right there. See, that's right there. That's why I really appreciate how this show, you know, made a really good use of the
And you
women's
know what?
division.
And you know what, guys? What was so good that Tony Khan did? He had these matches on cable. He had these matches on cable on TNT, and then the 0 hour was on YouTube, and all they did was just talk. But mostly, I thought it was cool. So you get people to watch all out. You know what I'm saying? So people that are watching cable, that you can get them to watch, AEW. But that's just my opinion. So let's talk about it, guys. So the brawling starts. Babyface is in control, and four-way meeting off the line, and Mia Sharakawa's on all four so Megan Bain can get strapped over her. I'll say it again, over here, and the baby faces gals all teared their shirts off, and heels came and made a comeback, and Megan Bain shook some bodies over the ropes into the crush with a military press and a trading elbow. Okay, a trading elbow, and everybody back inside looking for a comedy huge tuplex, babyface tuplex, the heels, and action to the floor, and weapons in play, throwing plastic cups at each other, and President Ford spanks Queen Mamanata with a Kaplesha and gets the ting in return as we go to the break, and then back from the break, um, brawling Willow Nightingale with a bounce, and Grima Manana and Mia Sharakawa took the Sisters of Sin, which basically they're the freaking the Triangle of Madness. They're the Triangle of Madness, but Sister of Sin is better than calling them the Triangle of Madness. I don't know why they're called that, but yeah.
Right, the Triangle
To
of
the
Madness.
floor, bounces them off and the barricade and puts them in a charcoal grill and pushes them through it. And back inside, Willow Nightingale has forward, and that's what happened. And I thought there was a good spot with the the cargill, the like I said again, the cargill grill and pushes them through it. That was pretty cool and stuff, man. But yeah, it was like a barbecue, man, with that because in real tailgates it's a barbecue. You make
Like that, yeah.
you make chicken, hamburgers,
And all that stuff,
hot
get
dogs,
barbecues,
all good
steak.
stuff with.
Oh, I
Yep.
love that. It just has that good vibe. It has that nostalgic feeling,
Yeah, man.
especially with the smell and all that. You could say that's the thing.
And Harley Cameron and Mia Sharakawa and Prima Ononata and Willow Nightingale won by pinfall with the Dr. Bomb from Willow Nightingale on Pimsley forward. And the heels, was Julia Hart and Sky Blue teaming up with Pimsley forward and Megan Bain. And man, it was still good, man. It was still a good match, man. And I believe we went for the baby faces, I believe, guys. I don't even remember the preview prediction. You can go back and watch it. And
Yeah,
then,
most of us went for the baby faces, to be honest. Looking at it
yeah.
right there, you know.
Then the show opens with a huge video running down highlights of the card, and then Brian Danielson makes his entrance to join the commentary team. I think Brian Danielson is doing a great job on commentary. I don't know what you guys think, but I think Brian Danielson is great for that role. You can put your thoughts on that Slash Del Sol of Brian Danielson being on commentary, man.
Oh yeah, Brian Danielson on commentary. 'Cause I'm not kidding. I thought he wasn't gonna come back after being put on that ambulance truck and having the bag over his face. I thought he was done. I thought he was gone for good. Like he was never coming back to AEW.
Yeah.
That's why it surprised me when he came back for commentary and stuff and all
Yeah,
that.
man.
And there
Then
were
we
some
see
people I've noticed who
oh,
actually
sorry,
wanted him
guys.
to be on WWE. What? Really? My opinion, he's better off in commentary in AEW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage backstage, and Adam Copeland takes a moment to appear a poster of a hockey player. Then he shows up, and Adam Copeland's big fanboys out, and later down the hallway, dudes with the glasses from Trailer Park Boys show up, and they do a bit with him too. And then they run into the same guy in a green superhero costume as the Green Bastard, as he offers some advice, which Christian believes rebuffs, and leading Adam to do the "he's my butthole" a bit, and that's what happened right there, guys. And then we had the match. Like I said, this match, man, with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. Let's talk about it because we already hyped it. So Dex Hardwood and Christian Cage to start, and Tony Giovanni's qualified that the crowd is chanting "No ho." no hose from Stokely Hathaway. No
No,
hose.
no host from Okay.
That was funny,
Okay,
bro.
yeah, that part
That
really
was
got to
funny,
me right
bro.
there.
That was funny, bro.
Actually
And
was.
not nose for Dex, not nose
Not
from Dex
nose, not
Harwood, bro. Not nose.
dude. This is what I
That's
love
a
about
crowd that
AEW,
they
man.
make me
This is
laugh
because they have that
sometimes. I'm
humor
telling you,
and
bro.
stuff.
They make me laugh, bro.
Me too. I'm not kidding. Like, holy crap.
Okay, which is the kind of hard hitting stuff, and we appreciate all this stuff as me and Slash Del Soul. We appreciate all of this great stuff, hard hitting stuff, and then collar elf, collar and elbow back in Dex Harwood to the corner, and he turns in and around and breaks clean and drops down and a live frog giant stomp from Dex Harwood, and then a big right hand from Christian, and it's smashing Dex into the turnbuckle, and great stuff right there, over and over, and bouncing him nose first off the ropes, and then capitalizing into it, and a DDT, nope, and then tag to Adam Copeland, and a double whip, and a double pump toss and over for one, and Dex backs off, and Cash Wheeler tags in, and he spits in
Mhm.
Adam Copeland's face and gives him a little come on before putting a side headlock on and a block the shot off, and a second try works, and a drop down and a um live frog and a loose loose cruise press into a mountain punch, and tags to Christian Cage in a first a DDT and a sidewalk slam combo and cover for two, and Christian with a mountain punch into the corner and biting Cash Wheeler's forehead, and a big slide right blind tag from Dex Harwood into there, and on focusing on Cash Wheeler and choking him and passing to the floor back in, and a double hanging DDT connects, and then a corner uppercut and chomps, and Christian with a couple right hands, but Dex tags him down. I'll say it again. Dex takes him down with a drop toe hold and tags Cash Wheeler back in, and a
Mhm.
quick tag and working Christian Cage over, and a jawbreaker gets him some separation back. Tuplex cleared the way and crawling, and then Dex Harwood cuts him off and back body drop from Adam Copeland and got tagged out, and there ain't there to tag, ain't there to tag, and then a double
Mhm.
team backbreaker from FTR, which was sick in my
Yep,
opinion,
right
which
there. I
was
like the
sick.
DDT of
Then
that match right
Christian
there, man.
crawls under and gets the
That was
tag,
pretty good
and then
timing.
Adam Copeland and hot flip jack and a duck under, and Adam Copeland does the
Good stuff.
old Matt kid no deal, and and then Olympic Slam fires up, and Adam Copeland looks at his hand, and you can't see me. He did a tribute to John Cena. He did You Can't See Me, and then did the five knuckle shuffle, and then did the attitude adjustment. I thought that was good that he did the tribute to John Cena. But um what's your thoughts on Slash Del Slow for aka Edge, Adam Copeland doing a tribute to John Cena, his former workmate in
You see,
WWE.
that's exactly why I feel WWE fans need to give AEW a chance right there instead of saying it's a piss hand company. How was AEW dead when you got Edge giving Triple H a tribute, especially after, I mean, John Cena, especially after John Cena lost and stuff and all that, you know? Like, come on, people. That's why the IWC needs to think this over, you know? Just like really think this over, man, because I thought that was really good. Like, good sportsmanship, in my opinion, right there, you know? Right there, paying tribute to John Cena and all that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, we're back, guys. Then Dex and Christian end up brawling in the ring, and Adam Copeland ducks under off the ropes, and he and Cash Wheeler both go for a crossbody, and all four men are up and down and out, and then Christian Cage and Adam Copeland with a sharpshooter, which was cool. That part was cool. The sharpshooter on Dex Hardwood and Cash Wheeler with Christian and Adam Copeland doing the sharpshooter. That was a great moment as well. And then, but Stokely halfway shoves the ring and skirts at Dex, and he managed to grab it and pulls him off to safety, and Stokely grounded by Cage and Copeland, and FTR makes the save and back inside Power and the Glory, and still no guys, and back and forth, still going on and stuff, back and forth, and then freaking Spear, and then Stokely pulls the referee out. Yes, freaking Adam Copeland was going to be about it, and then Stokely pulls the freaking referee out. Man, that was a crazy moment right there. And then the music plays, and then Beth Copeland, Beth Copeland freaking comes out there. Man,
Oh
I
yeah,
thought Beth Phoenix, aka Beth Phoenix,
Beth
Beth,
Phoenix.
yeah, Beth
Because like the
Copeland,
first, because
because Beth Phoenix is WWE, bro. You remember she was in WWE too. Adam Copeland's
right,
wife was in WWE
yeah.
too back in the
Because
day.
honestly, I've never seen
Oh,
Beth
bro,
Phoenix
that
before and
the
stuff
whole
right there
thing
and all
with
that.
her and freaking bro, you need to watch a little bit of stuff with freaking Santino Marella. It was funny, bro. The stuff with Santino
Santino Marella.
Marella. He called freaking Akon Acorn back in the day. He called
Acorn.
Akon
I get it.
Acorn.
Acorn. What the frick? I
Yeah,
get
bro,
it.
I need
Acorn.
to show you,
Acorn.
bro.
That's the thing.
I'm telling you, bro. The Santino Marella that you're seeing now is more serious. But the
Seriously,
Stokely
it was
halfway in
funny back
WWE
then.
back in the day, bro. Oh my god, bro. You laugh
I can see that, man.
your
That is
butt off,
funny.
bro.
Because I've never seen that woman, yeah, Adam Copeland's wife before and stuff and all that. And I was like, that had me wondering, like, who is this woman? Like, who exactly is this woman right here? I mean, I was really wondering that right there. And her name turned out to be Beth Copeland right there and all that, who used to be in WWE. So, yeah. So, right there.
And then she grabs him, and then she grabs Stokely halfway back to the backstage and stuff right there, guys, and all of that. And then Dex kicks out, and then Beth Fire Hands carries Stokely halfway and marches him to the back, like I said. And then Cash Wheeler with a first object, and Adam sends him to the floor, and Dex backs off, and Cash gets Christian up in a powerbomb into the announce desk. Then FDR has Adam down and picks him up and Cash off the top and spike pile driver, but Adam Copeland somehow finds the will to kick out and March breaking down, and a pure DDT takes Cash Wheeler down, and Adam charges in, and FTR catches him with the murder machine, but he finds the way out of it. He finds the way out of it and kicks out, and then a second shatter machine connects and no cover and gets to his feet, and Cash ducks him with a right hand, then an uppercut sends Adam Copeland into the corner, and Christian recovers, and Adam Copeland explodes out of nowhere, and Adam Copeland and Christian Cage win by Adam Copeland doing the spear on Cash Wheeler, and it was a great match. Freaking great match, man.
Yep, they got Cash Wheeler right there at that moment right
That's
there. Yep.
tag team
So, yeah,
wrestling
the
right
winners.
there, guys. That's tag
Yep.
team wrestling right there,
You
folks.
have good tag teams. I like how All Out had like a really fair share of tag teams. Like this match had tag team. This match had tag team. Oh, like yeah, like just like a really good way to using the roster and stuff right there and all that. Well, they paid tribute to John Cena, and WWE fans still want to hate on this? Come
I
on,
don't get it,
people.
bro. I don't get it, bro. I don't get the
I don't get it
IWC.
either.
I really don't get the
WWE fans have
IWC
to
at
give
all.
credit to this, especially after giving credit to John Cena.
Yeah, bro. I
Oh
don't get the
man,
IWC sometimes, bro.
this
I
really
really
tells you
don't.
that the IWC is missing out. IWC is missing out. Don't just stick with
Well, they're
WWE.
missing out on MLW too, bro. They're missing out on MLW
Get
too.
that one too, and some TNA as well and stuff right there. Most specifically WWE fans, right there. Even though I wouldn't say the same about AEW fans, but they do act like them, which
Yeah,
makes
somewhat.
sense. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
And then post match, Beth Copeland return. Oh yeah, I'll say it again. So yes, for post match, Beth Copeland returns back to the ring, and FTR attacks Adam Copeland and handcuffs him to the ropes. And Keep Sabian comes down to help them and beats Christian up, and he eats a spike power driver while Nick Wayne sits in a will. I'll say it again. Hold on, a wheelchair on the stage and laughs, and then Beth slowly realizes FTR has her rebounds and gives Adam Copeland a kiss and turns and fights FTR. Yeah, she starts punching FTR and stuff and all that, and she's trying to help her freaking husband and stuff because he's freaking handcuffed. And then they do a freaking spike pile driver on Beth Copeland because FTRs are heels and stuff, and then they did the freaking power driver on Beth Copeland. I thought that was a freaking
Yeah.
douchey. Um, in my opinion, that was so douchey for FTR to do that to freaking Adam Copeland's wife. That was so douchey, man.
Oh yeah, the way he came up to her and stuff right there and all that. That was kind of douchey. Right there, yeah. As douchey as the WWE fans get, right there. Towards
Okay, then
AEW.
okay,
Yeah.
then we had Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. This match was it could have been better. It could have been better in my opinion. It was okay. It was okay for what it was in my opinion. This was like the freaking match that I really thought it could be better, but it didn't outcome that way in my opinion. But I'm happy that Eddie Kingston won this match though, his return match though, because he's been gone for so damn long from his surgery that he had. So let's talk about it, guys. So Eddie Kingston's wearing a Quadio sucks eggs and freaking Slash Del Sol told me it should have been Quadio sucks.
Yeah, we said something about that right there and all that.
I'll
I
let it
mean,
speak for that
regarding the
before we
freaking
do the
shirt, I
review.
didn't read it right. I thought it said that. I thought it said that, not Claudio sucks eggs. I thought it said something else. I mean, I got the wrong idea and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, man, because even though it would have been pretty hilarious if that dude's shirt said that, Claudio sucks, Look, sorry, I'm not going to get too much information on that. But anyway,
Okay, then fighting mad and attacking before the bell and separating, and we get a bell duck a kick from Big Bill, and he slides in with a chomp and hammering away and ducks a lariat off the ropes, and Big Bill drops him with a big boot and then chokes him into the ropes and officially before hammering him and with punches to the dome. Eddie backs on his feet and right hands catches him in the stomp, and Bill chokes him in the ropes, and a little more. Kingston gets under him, and but Big Bill clops him down, and more right hands from Big Man, and Eddie gets to his feet essentially and shrugs off a series of huge club and standing on his feet long as he can, and Big Bill bounces him down to the mat and posing into the turnbuckle and corner belly avalanche and a lariat and takes Eddie Kingston off his feet and again covers Nope, and then Eddie looking for the exploder and he gets it, and Big Bill presses the attack and thinking about a choke slam goose, and Kingston blocks and snaps off a DDT and then big boot from Big Bill and then back and forth, and then Eddie lands the back fist, and Eddie Kingston wins by pinfall with the back fist to the future. And that's what happened right there. And then the post match, Big Bill and Brian Keith attack Eddie, and Hook makes the save, and Hook throws Brian Keith into a back fist, and the heels are sent packaging, and he hugs Eddie and raises his hand, which I think that was good for Hook, but hopefully they use Hook more like they used to do because I love Hook, man. Hook is a great freaking
yeah,
wrestler.
he is. I've
The
noticed.
freaking
Yeah,
choke that he
they
does,
don't
bro,
use
the
Hook as
choke that
often
he
as
does,
they do. Like,
everything he does is like his father, bro, like Taz. Taz was a great wrestler during the ECW days, bro. Freaking
oh,
back in the
Taz.
day, back in the 90s, bro. Oh my God, Taz was freaking good, bro.
Taz, I've heard about him.
And he's
Yeah, he
good at
actually was and
commentary.
stuff right
Some
there and
people
all
say,
that. So
"Oh,
yeah,
Taz is not that good on commentary. Taz is not good on. He's good on
yeah.
commentary. We need to
I don't get
freaking
what's
wake
wrong with
up,
these people. Like I
bro.
told you, the IWC is missing out. They want to keep acting like this. They're missing out.
Oh, the match. Oh, the match of the night. Oh, the match of the night right here. Oh my
Okay.
God, this
Look,
match
that
was
has to
the
be one
match
of
of
our
the
most
night, in my
favorites. I'm gonna
opinion.
tell you.
Mark Briscoe versus FTR. Freaking tables and tacks match.
That's it. Just really makes you feel like that. I'm telling you, right there. But anyway, stuff right there and all that. I'm telling you. But there.
Man, another thing too, guys. I knew I didn't do the all out like I should have done because I was tired that day. I was really freaking tired that day. But freaking that one and All In back in July, that was so good. That freaking pay per view was the best pay per view of the year for AEW. like freaking Darby came back, freaking Brian Danielson and all of that stuff. Like I was telling you guys, freaking Swerve Strickland's freaking music of you know nobody tells me better. He makes me happy, makes me feel this way.
Yep,
Than
that one right there.
nobody. Man, that was a good entrance, man. And
Actually, was right
Swerve
there. I
and
can see that.
freaking Will Ospreay defeating the Young Bucks and taking their freaking EVP stuff. That was so great for the Young Bucks no longer being the EVPs, man.
Yeah, I like how they
And I
overthrew
was
the
so
EVPs right
happy.
there.
And we'll
Not to
we'll talk
forget,
about we'll
not to
talk about
forget
the
the one
other
time
thing
that
too, guys.
Swerve used that tractor or something, that vehicle on
Yeah,
their limousine.
another thing too, guys. We'll talk about in the four-way ladder match. In the four-way ladder match, how good that was because they didn't even win in that match either. Thank goodness. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I like the Young Bucks; they're good wrestlers, but their personality. But anyways, that's just my opinion. But and then the other thing that was good, with Athena winning that Casino Gauntlet match, but like I said again, Tony Storm beat it. Athena, MGF and all that, and Dustin Rhodes winning the TNT Championship because Adam Copeland is out. Adam Copeland. I don't know if we'll ever see Adam Copeland wrestle ever again. I really don't. I hope Adam Copeland speed recovery. All these wrestlers are speed recovery. And people say that this stuff is fake. How is it fake when people get injuries? When people get injuries, get ACLs, freaking all kinds of injuries. There's a lot of injuries you could neck
Yeah, there
injuries.
all kinds of
Neck
injuries
injuries
happen.
are the worst. I'll tell you, bro. The neck injuries are the worst. The
Well, that
worst,
is
bro.
because
Neck
a friend
injuries
of
are
ours
the
told me that
worst,
almost
bro.
happened to him once. I remember that almost happened to him.
Yeah,
But that's the thing about
yeah,
hard work. That's the thing that wrestling fans need to put more respect to. They need to respect that more. Because the dedication that's put into taking the risk of getting injured.
yeah, bro.
But
Okay,
no,
let's talk about this match,
sadly, some
guys.
people don't understand that.
Let's talk about this match with Mark Briscoe and MJF. Oh my goodness, guys. Like I said again, man, best match of the night. Mark Briscoe essentially starts bumping out the bag of tacks into the ring and infates MJF inside, and MJF gets up on the ropes and asks the crowd if they want him in there, and essentially takes a walk, and Mark Briscoe gives chance and brawls him around the ring and smashes him into the forehead. I'll say it again, sorry guys, into the forehead in a metal bucket and sets up him on a table and thinking and a punch, but MJF blocks by hitting him low and then fighting on the apron and underhook denies and MJF runs into the ring and stops himself and short encountering in the sea of tacks and they go hammering and dung and with punches and out top the tacks and MJF with a throat thrust right hand and Mark Briscoe returns the favor with a pair of chomps to the throat and just freaking damn that was so good freaking MJF with the freaking chops man. Then MJF scoops him up and Mark Briscoe flats over and save a sense in the reverse and then MJF kicks the back of his knees and tries to grain him into the tacks but Mark Briscoe blocks and returns the favor, and MJF bites his hand into break away and then pulls the ref into the way and pokes the eye and scoops in a slam into the tacks, and MJF rides his face into the tacks, which was, oh man, just sick stuff, man. Sick stuff, man. Then
Oh
MJF
man, I love
goes
it.
to the floor and floats a table tape. I'll say again, folds a table. I say a. I almost said a towel. I meant to say a table, guys. Sorry about that. Table up and puts it away as blood pours down and Mark Briscoe's face and he's bleeding. Oh man, Mark Briscoe was bleeding, just bleeding, man. Then back inside, MGF assists him up at a Alabama slam into the tacks, but Mark Briscoe is assists and kicks out of the 1 foot pin and stepping over him, and MJF grabs a handful of tacks and fills Mark Briscoe's mouth with them. That was sick. That was oh man, that was sick when he put that stuff in his mouth, man. And then he ducks him with a huge elbow, then a back body drop into the Tex. Then Tex just sits all over and Mark Briscoe's body, but he refused to stand down and off the ropes. Another back body drop, and this time Mark Briscoe's back body drops and MJF into the seat of steel steel pipes, and then MJF lands on his knees, but how much good does that do? And then all of that stuff, and then Mark with the Incendiary, and then a powerbomb into the Tex, and then it's hilarious from two, then action to the floor, and Mark Briscoe sets up a chair, and then a Sabu toe through a table, landing another, also again, Sabu top through a table, land against the barricade, a tribute to Sabu, up in heaven.
That's really good that he paid tribute right there and stuff right there and all that. See, that's what you gotta appreciate about AEW. They're paying tribute. That was a good show, man. Really good show.
Yeah, man.
Man, I gotta tell you, right there.
Then dragging MJF around ringside and in a side headlock and punching away and throwing him into the barricade again. And Mark Briscoe pulls out the table, then has him put away earlier, and then he puts MJF on a punch through the table and then through the floor. That was a sick moment right there, man. That was a sick moment. I'm telling you. Then back inside, MJF throws a handful of tacks at Mark Briscoe's eyes. But Mark Briscoe still managed to catch him with a powerbomb into the tacks, which was amazing. That was amazing, man. That was freaking, I'm freaking telling you, sick stuff, but freaking amazing. Just freaking amazing. Then MJF with a low blow and then a chair in hand, and he tracks it across Mark Briscoe's back and using it as a hammer to drive the remaining tacks deeper, and then a tribute to Undertaker. Yes, MJF did a tribute to Undertaker with a tombstone pile driver onto the chair, but Mark Briscoe wouldn't stay down. And yes, guys, like I said again, MJF did a tribute to Undertaker, man. Right there.
Undertaker, man. I guess you could say the Undertaker. That's a wrestler that I'm most familiar with. I mean, right there, because I mean, not kidding. Back when I was a kid, I was more of an Undertaker fan and all that. Because I mean, during the time when we were kids, like the Undertaker felt like a really unique character. Like it felt unique. I'm not kidding. Back then, right there and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
That's the thing right there. So that's really good that MJF paid tribute stuff and all that. Really good, man.
Then
really
a
good
table sets up in the ring, and then MJF steps on Mark Briscoe into the corner, and then goes under the ring and pulls a pair of black tacks out and dumps out even more tacks on the table, and then a mount punch into the turnbuckle, and then a power bomb lift, and Mark Briscoe fights back with punches, and MJF rebels, and also again MJF rebels, but manages to crunch Mark into the turnbuckle and then shock him for precision. Mark with the underhook, and Max breaks free and bites his bloody forehead, and Mark Briscoe returns the favor with what Teeth has, and then a froggy bowl through the text through the table, which, oh my goodness, man. Then back up top, and then another one, and Mark Briscoe's not done with him yet. Then an underhook, Jay Drizzler into the text, and that's what happened right there. And Mark Briscoe wins with the Jay Drizzler, and man, that was the moment of the night, in my opinion. I'll let Slash Del Soul speak.
I'm telling you all that right there, man. Because like, yep, that's it right there. I'm telling you, man. That IWC wants to freaking miss out and be a bunch of jerks while this good stuff is going on. I'm telling you, this was really good things, enough stuff, and all that, and also. Even another match I wanted to talk about was, the one with Darby Allin and John Moxley and stuff and all that, and what happened backstage, man. That was some hardcore stuff. That was some hardcore stuff right there too. I'm not kidding, right there, and all that, right there. And this just made me really wish that AEW could post longer clips on their channel. Just really, I really, dude, I really want AEW to do that. I'm not kidding. They should do that, stuff and all that. But man, what happened in that match that CJD just brought up right now, that was some good stuff right there too. I mean, just fantastic right there and all that. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, guys, Then we get a footage of the former Acclaim, Matt Caster in the parking lot with Jerry Lynn, and Jerry Lynn tells him he's got them a match next week. If they do not want to show up to work, he ducks them their prey, and Jerry storms off, and they figure about it. Then we had the Gates of Agony and Ricochet. I don't know why they're calling them the Demand. That's just a terrible freaking trio tag team name. The Demand. What the heck is the Demand? Me going to my channel like when I was a kid, the Demand, like in the early 2000s, the Demand, like on the man, the
I didn't
Comcast
really
on
go
the
there right
man.
there. Like why they call their trail the demand right there. The demand.
Oh man,
That's not the most creative. It actually isn't. You know,
I'll call out when AEW does terrible names, just like when WWE does terrible fucking names.
we should do that from now on. Yeah.
And then MVP and Ricochet to start an annoying bird laugh as he always does. I can't freaking stand his freaking annoying burning freaking bird laugh.
Yeah, that's
And then
exactly
runs
what I would call
away
it, the bird laugh. Yeah,
and
you got a good point right there. That is pretty annoying. Aha!
yeah.
Like how do we freaking do that, you know?
Sorry guys, sorry. He's a great wrestler, don't get me wrong, but I just never got into him. I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of him. I'll say that he's good in ring, doesn't mean that I hate him. People that think, "Oh, you're just a Ricochet hater." I'm not a Ricochet hater. I just can't stand the dude because he thinks he knows it all. And then tags Bishop Khan in and saying he'll fight on his own time, and arm drag and MVP with a hammerlock to a side headlock and shoving off, and Bishop with kicks and off the rope, and MVP drops toe hold and a front slam to a knee drop and a cover for one into the corner, and tags into Shelton Benjamin off the ropes. And Shelton Benjamin did all the work here, man. He was doing suplex, suplex, suplex. And what
Yeah,
the
he
shit?
I just
Why
yeah,
didn't you let the
he
Hart
was
Business win this match, Tony Khan?
he was
Why didn't you let the Hart Business win this match?
dude, I wanted the heart. That's the thing. I wanted them to win too, because look at Benjamin. He was putting his back into it. He really was.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I couldn't believe this, man.
I mean, it was still a great match, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but this was my other disappointment on this show. This was my disappointment in the freaking Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. Everything else was great.
Even though, another disappointment for me, I would say is the one with Darby Allin and John Moxley. That's still a good match right there, but I really we should have had Darby win because it kind
Yeah,
of makes sense that he deserved a chance.
but John Moxley is still a great wrestler, bro, no
Yeah.
matter how much we hate him or love him. So, but yeah, as much as people want to hate him, still a good wrestler, bro. But yeah, the thing is, so yes, where were we? Okay. Then off the ropes, he got a clobbering with Bishop, and then up and cover, and then a victory roll into a ankle lock, and then tags into Bobby Lashley, and then a double whip, double elbow, and then Ricochet comes in and flex in front of Bobby Lashley, and then a body blow does nothing, and it shoves off, and a huge back drop, connects, and then deny first duplex, and MVP tags in before his Sicily's it, and it throws. I was thinking throws dust. I was thinking throws throw tusk. I was thinking throw tusk. Not dust, but what I'm saying. Throw tusk, and then tusk. I said tusk, the guys, and then single knee face breaker and down and out and balling for two. The whole thing with balling when he used to do that in WWE, he used to go like this, balling, and then he would do the elbow, bro, when he
Yeah,
was
the
in
ball and the
WWE.
elbow. That one right there. I
Yeah,
remember seeing that when I was a kid right there too, man.
yeah,
The
bro. I was a
ball and the
huge fan of
elbow.
him, bro. I was a huge fan of him when I seen him on television back in the day too.
Hmm.
Um, Still am, bro. Still love MVP since day one, bro. Just like I used
Yeah,
to watch it for a
the
little
ball and
while.
the
Remember, I
elbow.
told you my dad was a Family Guy. He used to watch Family Guy all the time, and I wanted
Mhm.
to watch Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah, so, but yeah, okay. So, but there was times that I could watch it though. and I enjoyed it, bro. During that time, that when it was the ruthless aggression era, bro, freaking that generation was better than this generation. That's just my opinion. I mean, wrestling is better now with women's wrestling. With women's
Mhm.
wrestling, it's a great time and it's a great generation for women's wrestling. But I wish it would have done that during during the '90s and the early 2000s. I wish
Mm.
women's wrestling was like it was today.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying,
ima-
bro?
Imagine if they did
Yeah, bro. Just
at that
imagine,
time.
bro.
That would have been good. Oh, dude, that would have
Yeah,
fit
bro.
so well, man.
Yeah,
If they, do the same they did with the women's division,
yeah. Okay,
dude, that would
then
have been
whips
really good right
across,
there. But sadly, they didn't.
big boot into the corner, and then an exploder suplex, and MVP fires up, but Ricochet tags Bishop in, and then Bishop kicks his legs out, and then his legs and leg slips, flapping for himself, and then tags into Tylaya, and then working MVP over and quick tag. The heat, the heat statement is rolling at last, and Bobby Lashley tags in and tossing dudes, I was thinking tossing dudes. Sorry about that, guys. So tossing dudes back and forth and all that stuff, crazy stuff, which was good and stuff and all of that. And then the moment that freaking they went through the announce desk and all that, that was crazy as well and stuff, guys, and all of that. Then Ricochet eats the destroyer, and Talia breaks it up, and then Anjanari sends Bobby Lashley into a tag to Shelton Benjamin. Then Ricochet floats out of one, but eats a Tessin T-bone suplex, and then a German suplex, and then one for Bishop too. Then he suplexes both of them at the same time. Then Bobby Lashley in spear, and then Ricochet breaks it up with a 450 splash, and then Bishop Khan working MVP over, and then a low blower, then a Shin's train, a Shin's from Tailaya, and then action to the floor, and the match breaks down, and then Tailaya sets up a chair onto the floor and picks Bobby Lashley up, and Shelton Benjamin sets off the chair with a raising knee, and then Bishop lands a drop kick after, and then Tailaya with the headbutt, and then Ricochet top, over the post top Conroe, and then Bishop and Ricochet double whip Talia into Shelton, and Bobby Lashley whips them out, and then Ricochet springboards in, but MVP catches him with a belly to belly suplex, and then one for Khan as well, and then Big Boot thinking over the overdrive, but Bishop chomps, blocks him, and Ricochet lands him up top, and that's what happened right there. And the Gigs of Agony and Ricochet beated them with a spirit gun from Ricochet. Ricochet did the spirit gun on MVP, and that's what happened right there, guys. And in my opinion, that was disappointing. I mean, it was all the work, like I said again, from the Heart Business, and then towards like the middle of the match, freaking the Gigs of Agony did all the work for freaking Ricochet, and Ricochet had to do all little freaking flips and stuff, and then he had to do a
Yeah,
freaking
it's like
spirit
Ricochet.
gun.
Yeah, it's like Ricochet is trying to take all the credit.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that's just my opinion. This
me
match
too.
right here, this was a great match. This was a great match. Mercedes Monet fences Rio for the AW TBS Championship, which was a great match, but we all know Mercedes Monet was going to retain. We all knew she was going to retain. It was a great match, though. But yeah, guys, Rio did some good stuff in this match. I think Rio did some good stuff. Give it up to Rio, even though she lost. But still a great match, though. And I think Mercedes is going to hold this TBS title to Revolution in March, bro, of 2026. Freaking Dev, shout out to, Wrestle Collective. Dev thinks that Mercedes Monet is going to hold the belt to 2028, bro. What the heck, bro? Why
Just
do
hold
you
the
want
belt
her
to
to hold the title that
2028, dude.
long?
That's a long time. And what? Oh my goodness.
I was like, dude.
Oh gosh, no, we don't need
I
to
was
go
like,
there. Come
dude.
on. Like I said, don't be a Brock Lesnar. I'm going to
Yeah.
be honest.
So let's talk about it. So yes, guys, circling Mercedes Monet, pie faced her, and then Rio goes for a backslide for two, and then a lug crosser, another two, and then a schoolboy reverse into the statement maker, and Rio slips out in a half crab, and gets Mercedes gets the ropes and fully press and back into the half crab, and Rio pressed in the attack, and she does a little dance, and then Mercedes Moné gets mad and shoves her over so she can do her dance instead. You know, the CEO. CEO. I
CEO.
can't stand that. Sorry, guys. I mean, you like that? That's cool, but I love her ring work, not the thinking her butt like she thinks she knows it all. But that's just my opinion. Oh man, freaking thanks, Prince Idol, for coming in, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, brother. I'll show you comic.
we
Thanks.
really do. That's the thing right there and stuff right
Appreciate
there.
you as
Yep.
always being there for us since day one, bro.
Yep, it
Appreciate you
definitely is
always
some
being
good
there for
stuff
us
right there.
since
We
day
do.
one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, then Hill trips, cover for two, then off the ropes, Ascents puts Mercedes Moné in the ropes, and then Tiger Flint's kick connects, and then a double stomp off the apron into the floor, and then the champ is hurting. You know, Mercedes Moné is hurting, and then another double stomp off the desk, and then back inside Rio's off the top, and nobody's home, and then blocks their sense, but she's managed to shove her weight to get it, and then a drop kick right through Mercedes Moné's face, and a hop top crucifix driver, and no deal. And then Mercedes Moné with the onto the floor and back in cover for two, and then struggling Rio back her into the corner, and then since back Mercedes Moné's drop kick her, and then a folding press cover for two, and then locking a rocking horse inside folding press only for two, and then thinking the Rocky Romero, you know, the Ramiro special this time, and CEO chants
Yep, that's where
as
she
the
chanted
crowd
right there and
chants
stuff.
CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Then she falls back into the Ramiro special. We had a friend that was a last name Ramiro in high school. Me and Slash Del Sol can tell you, we had a friend in high school that
Yeah,
had that
there's
last name.
someone we knew with the last name Romero and stuff right there and all that. This
Yeah,
is
I
why
never
we
told
started
you
thinking about that
that,
person.
guys, but yeah, that's pretty cool that there's a we have a wrestler that's Rocky Romero. I never told you that, guys, but I had to think about that about JR, bro. I had to think about that kid
Yeah, JR
that
and
we
stuff
went to
right there and
school
all
with.
that. Someone we remember and stuff right there. This is the name.
But yeah, then Rio sets up into it, and she flips out and targeting the knee and spiking her leg into the mat over and over in a half crab ascents, and she bends herself all the way back for maximum ascents, and Mercedes Moné grabs her hair into the corner, and Rio with a Luz Mascara, you know, that's what Misto does. Misto does that same move as well, though. La Mascara move, you know, into the arm strap cross face corner into a side press, and she gets break the hold, and then a less cross Dora double stomp and a dragon suplex cover for two, then up top chucking for precision Mercedes Moné with a superplex, and she holds into the front since a cinch for four amigos and dragging her challenger into the corner, and Mercedes Moné goes up top and a frog splash, but the knee were up and hanging Mercedes Moné into the tree hole. And then Rio off top and a double stomp connects, and then a cold breaker from Mercedes Moné and charging in sunset flip powerbomb into the turnbuckle, then turns the corner knee connect and not enough, and then Mercedes with a stump running knee and a side slam Rio with the half crab, and she goes all the way back in with it, but Mercedes gets the ropes to force to break and kicks from the apron, and Mercedes off the top, and no one's home, and Rio stomps off the German suplex, and still no. Man, that was crazy. Now back up top, diving crossbody over, and Mercedes kicks out, and Mercedes grabs the ref for a distraction into the eye, which was a crazy moment, and then a tombstone cold breaker, gory special, and Mercedes Moné wins with the Moné
Yep, she
Maker
won
and
right there. Yep,
retains
just like
the
our
AW TBS title.
just like our
It was a great
prediction.
match, though.
Yep.
Even though it was predictable, it was great. I'll let Slash Del Sol
Because I mean, Rio
speak his
had to
mind
expect it coming.
about the other two matches now. So
Yeah, yep, I really do got to speak my mind about the other two matches right there, stuff, especially the one with the, you know, John Moxley and Darby Allin and stuff right there and all that, especially considering that Darby Allin came back from, climbing Mount Everest and all that right there in his break and stuff right there. I'm not
We'll
gonna
talk
lie, man.
about that later. We'll talk about that later because that's like towards the freaking like really down here, bro.
Mhm.
Like after this match, it's after the Okada and Tutesta and Mascara Dorora. Oh man, this match was. Oh, this other match, this three-way, this freaking
Three
three-way
ways,
for the
yes.
AW in qualifying championship. Miss Cora, bro, you should just see all those flips he was doing, Miss Cora.
Oh, yeah, his flips were good, man. I'm telling you, like, you two just
Man,
all over the place, man. Holy fuck. Good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. I'm telling you, man. It's like,
oh
holy
man.
crap.
Then Don Callis was on commentary, and our buddy Prince Idol calls him the Don Callis toilet. But I think that's disrespectful. I mean, that's his opinion, but he hates Don Callis. I like Don Callis. He's a great manager. I like him as much as I love Paul Heyman, man,
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
manager.
we had a friend of ours that say some really funny stuff about Don Callis and stuff right there and all that. What had me laughing the most is saying that he's Doctor Evil with sunglasses and all that. Dude, I immediately got the picture when I heard that. I immediately got the idea.
Okay, Tutesta kicks Dorora and throws him off the ring, but he comes right back into Okada and tries to depose. I was thinking depose off of him, but he does some some fancy flips, I'm so fancy. Everybody go and don't. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. I had to do
Oh
some
man.
stuff on this channel than other YouTubers. They don't do that stuff. So
Nope, they do not at
heads
all.
to Testa Pakistan Okada's side headlock and shuts off shutter block, but Mascara pops right back up and front kicks handspring away and a knuckle lock. Um, um, Arabian press lucha, also again, Imperial press lucha arm drag, which was awesome. That arm drag was so awesome. That lucha arm drag, man. As they always do that arm drag, bro. That's like technical wrestling right there, bro. When they do that stuff, bro. When they do that stuff,
Yeah,
when they
very
flip it and do
technical.
the
That's
freaking
the thing
damn
right there,
stuff,
stuff and
man.
all that, man. Just really the smart stuff, like the advanced moves. Not some beginner stuff. We're talking about like pro stuff. That's the thing. You know?
Yeah. Oh man, that was some good stuff, bro. I'm telling you. Then Tutesta hammers whips giant stomp, another hammer whip since from the crowd, and then a third Dorora up and cover and bypass, puts him up top and kicks Okada, comes in, and Tutesta kicks him in the face, and Mascara moonsault arm drag, which was amazing. That moonsault arm drag, bro. I'm telling, bro. Why don't anybody appreciate? Why don't these freaking WWE fans appreciate freaking cool stuff, man? Technical wrestling. This is just the same thing as WWE technical wrestling, man. When they do, with the not blood kind of stuff, man. Oh man. But man, I'm telling you, that was good. That moonsault, bro, that was so sick. And then on to the Raymaker up top with Tutesta, and then shoves down, and then Okada takes Tutesta out with a super kick. And then Dorora springboards back in, and a Frankensteiner fires up and a punch up, but they catch him and ducks him aside, and he takes Okada with him, and Tutesta brainbuster into the damn apron, which was freaking amazing. Then the alpha, the alpha is Tutesta. Tutesta takes Mascara back inside and a camel clutch since and breaking the hold for a stomp to the back, which was great technical stuff right there. And stuff boom 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 boom. Then a freaking then a spoon and a slam for Dokora and a big boot splash the Rainmaker off the apron, which was freaking amazing, man. I'm telling you guys. The Miss Cora with a body blow to Detesta and it knocks down block the back suplex and pulling back in, and then sends Tutesta packaging and a drop kick knocks him off the apron, and Dorora fires up off the ropes, and Okada strips him up, and Okada drags Miskora up, and a neck breaker connects, and it tearing at his mask over. Referee objecting the match during that time, and then that little moment right there, and then Dostora throwing chops, and Okada with a DDT, and Detesta returns, and Okada rakes his eye, and snap mirror to Miskora's basement drop kick, and elbow into the corner, and a hip attack Tornoro arm drag from Miskora, and a gauntlet throw from Detesta has him drop kicking Okada, and then fires up off the ropes, and a Tortoro whip Okada out, then off the ropes again. Same for Tutesta, and Mascara gets Okada in an electric chair, and since neck breaker and not enough, and Okada with the reverse neck breaker. Man, I'm telling you, back and forth, just freaking great stuff, man. This was a great freaking match. I'm telling you, this was another match that I liked on that show too. If I had to choose three of the matches of the night, was freaking Mark Briscoe and this one, and the freaking Tony Storms, and the freaking Chris Statlander, and the Jimmy Hayter and Tekla match, that 4-way with the women. And I mean, there was other matches that were great on here too. Man, I'm telling you,
They did
it's so
really
hard
great
to
with the teamwork, man.
choose because it was that good. It was that freaking good.
It was.
And for people that say, "Oh, it was just like Collision," give me a break.
No,
This is a pay-per-view.
this was nothing near like
How
Collision
dare
at
you?
all.
How
No.
dare you say that? How dare you say that,
Wow.
JD
That was
from New
nothing
York?
like
How
Collision
dare
at
you
all.
say
There's no
that
way, man.
it's like
I
a
don't know what they're
5 hour.
looking at.
It's just like a 5 hour Collision. Screw you, bro.
5 hour
Screw
Collision. Oh my goodness. With all the tag teams and stuff, and the chairs and stuff, and all the hardcore fights, just like Collision. Dude, that's a slap in the face right
And
there,
people
man.
watch more than I do, bro. People, you should watch us. You should help us out. Us little YouTubers, you should help us out. I'm calling you guys out because you do not want to help people that are smaller creators. All you want to help is these people that have money. Oh, give me some money. Donation, donation, donation. I do this for the passion. Me and Last Del Sol do this for the freaking passion. Not for the money. Not for the money. We do this for passion. For freaking passion. You people make me sick in the IWC. Some of you people, you really do. You make me sick.
That's the thing, man. Just like what I freaking told you, man. The IWC is really disorganized, or something like that. Stuff and all that. Right there, right there. Considering that they're not looking in the right place, you know. Like, come on, this is some really good stuff right here, and stuff and all that. Really, that doesn't happen every day. But no, well, what is it? What's it the same thing that we have to hear every now and then? AEW is dead. AEW is dead.
But anyways, so yes, guys, they were going back and forth, and the Blue Thunder driver isn't enough. So yes, freaking back and forth with that. Two guys to test his face, elbow connects, and since a drop kick, Blue Thunder driver block, and then a hard elbow connects, and Rainmaker counter, and then a Blue Thunder driver isn't enough. Then Okada rolls away from the knee, and then Discora launches off a super kick, but Tutesta throws him off the ropes, and then rolled later power driver, and it's only good for two. Then Miss Cora's up top for a 450 splash. Then Okada breaks it up and lands him out by throwing him into the barricade. Then Don Callis man up top and jockeying for precision, and Miss Cora up top the apron and joining them. Double Frankensteiner and two cover, no fall, and then Miss Cora lands out with the boot, and then Tutesta and Okada might kiss as they back off from each other and start sensely out forearms for forearm, and a sense fire counter and tombstone counter and roll barrel tombstone holding onto, and a roll barrel German suplex, and Okada hits the tombstone fire driver, and both men are down. Then then Dorora fires up, and he goes up top, and Tutesta rolls away from a moonsault and breaks up another, and Miss Cora's up the top with a third moonsault on both guys. Oh man! And then, but it's not enough to get it done. Then up top, knees up on the shooting star press, and Tatista hits the last ride in the power drive the power drive knee that he does. Oh man, I love that when he does that. Then waiting for Okada running knee, caught an elbow and a whip across and drop kick onto the button, and all three guys are on their knees and trading elbows in their feet and toe to toe. But Okada drops Dakura with an uppercut and ripcord when he gets back up and he ducks to Testa and ducks and then German suplex both guys at once, and then a Hurricanrana counter and Tatesta kicks out and an instant knife for Okada and up top and driving DDT connects and a superplex and Tatesta rolls through and connects. Wrist fire connects and Okada breaks it up and ducks the Rainmaker and a big elbow off the ropes and drop kicks and cuts him off, and Okada picks Mascara up and ripcord, and Okada wins by the Rainmaker and pins Mascara Derora and retains the AEW in qualifying championship. Man.
That's a great match right there and stuff right there and all that.
Man.
Man, that's why they deserve more respect than they do from the freaking IWC. The IWC wants to be hateful and not understand the stuff. The dedication right there, you know?
Okay, guys. This is the match. This is the match that was disappointed that Slash Del Sol was just talking about. The match that he really liked, but he was disappointed with. The Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley match, coffin match. I thought this was a great match. I still liked it. You know, I really did. I was okay with Jon Moxley winning. I was okay with it with Jon Moxley winning, but yeah, Darby should have won, but still, I was okay with it because I love Jon Moxley no matter what. You know, even though I had some bipolar moments with him when he started with the Death Riders, I wasn't really into it. Then I really got into it because you know, me and my brother at the time we were getting into the Death Riders storyline, which he's not here with me, but yeah, freaking Slash Del Sol knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that person. But anyway.
And so yeah, then the chaos out the gates, and Darby Allin attacks Jon Moxley through his entrance and jumps off a damn balcony with a coffin drop. That was crazy, bro. When they were going back at first, bro, with the crowd, that was crazy, bro. They were fighting through the crowd, the whole freaking crowd. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
but I like how they do that, how they go into
bro.
the crowd and stuff. Like outside of the
Yeah,
guardrails, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Then John kicks him over in some chairs and trying to give himself back together, and Darby drop kicks him onto the concrete stairs, and then Bulldog headlocks and dragging Jon Moxley down in a sense barricade, and John back suplex him and crushes him onto the steel and punches and talking trash at the camera, and Darby Allin fires up and back wrist and change, and finally Darby spits over the ringside and bites Jon Moxley's ear, and Jon Moxley fishes his pockets for something, but Darby Allin stays biting his ear with Emadan. You know, Emadan is not in AEW anymore. If you guys remember Emadan, the girl, you know, the scary gimmick with the, you know, the monster gimmick and stuff. I don't know where she'll be going. Then he spits out a piece of ear and more biting, which was crazy. That biting part, bro. You remember when he was biting his ear? That was freaking crazy.
Oh yeah, he was
bro.
biting onto his ear real hard and stuff.
I was thinking about that moment when you remember that moment in boxing with Mike Tyson was biting that guy's ear.
The referee's ear. That was a long time ago, man. I don't know. Something happened.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
That was either before. That had to be after he came out of prison. It had to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's what I was thinking about in the match, bro. I don't know why I was thinking about that. And then more biting, and Jon Moxley shoves him into the steel chairs and knocks the coffin off his biter, and Darby lands a suicide dive, and both guys end up in the coffin, but the lid didn't shut all the way, and Darby Allin crawling at his face, and John returns the favor inside the ring. Also again inside the ring, and finally out the other side, suicide dive counter into a Ace Crusher, which AJ Styles does the Cash Crusher. I don't know, guys. With AJ Styles, I heard some rumors that his last ride might be in AEW. We might see AJ Styles in AEW, but I don't think so. I think he's going to just retire. But there's some rumors and speculations that he's going to go to AEW, but I think he won't. I think he's going to just retire. And then Maria Shafir had a turnbuckle wrist, and she's in hooking the rope, the bottom. Also again, Maria Shafir, she unhooks the bottom rope and crashing, landing into the coffin lid. And Claudio Castagnoli hops the barricade and helps his pal out, and Mox throws Dari inside, and Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia are here too, and they all help him slide the coffin. Also again, hold on, the coffin into the ring, and blood. Also again, blood caking the whole left side of his face and neck and chest, and Jon Moxley slams the coffin lid on Darby's fingers and jawing at Darby Allin, and he says he loves him and kissing his forehead, and Jon Moxley dispenses his kicks to the head, and Darby comes back with chops and sleeper holds from Jon Moxley, and Darby Allin gets a fork from somewhere and grinding it, and just keeps on doing this to freaking Jon Moxley with the fork, which was crazy. And that's for all of you people. Like I was telling Slash Del Sol, that's for all the people that give me crap.
Oh, I got a problem. Oh, fuck.
I'll let him speak, guys. What's going on?
I ran into a problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
is your battery
good.
low?
I'm still here.
Is your battery low, bro?
No. It's just I misclicked something. The freaking button that says leave got in the way. Anyway, sorry about that.
I was just checking.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what was happening, guys. And the fork, the whole thing with the fork, like I was saying, with the fork from somewhere, and then he grinds it into Jon Moxley's ear before stabbing it in the head, and keeps doing it over and over with it, and then then the coffin drop into the floor. Oh man! And then grabs a pipe, but Jon Moxley cuts him off with the fork, and then Darby blocks and jabs a thumb into his eye before stabbing him in the ear again, and Darby Allin bites the ear, and Jon Moxley recovers with a knee lift and climbing on top of the coffin, and then a paradigm shift puts a dent into the coffin drop. Yes, he did a coffin drop. Also again, he tried to do, I'm saying, say it again. Jon Moxley recovers with a knee lift and climbing on top of the coffin. Also again, the coffin, the coffin, not the coffin drop from Darby Allin. I meant to say the coffin, the coffin of the match, the coffin. And Darby Allin,
is this thing working fine?
Jon Moxley does the paradigm shift on Darby Allin on the freaking coffin, and gets a dunt. It has a dunt in the coffin and stuff, and then they still keep on going and stuff, which was great and stuff with that, guys, and stuff. Then Jon Moxley opens the coffin and puts Darby Allin up and throws him in, but he doesn't close it yet. And then turning around, he slams the lid, but Darby using the pipe to keep it open, and he springs out of the coffin and chokes Jon Moxley with the pipe. Then Jon Moxley slides to the floor, and Darby stands on top and pikes him with the pipe. And Bryan Danielson is passing Darby a fruit bag, a plastic bag, and Darby Allin puts a plastic bag over it, and then hands inside, and he chokes Jon Moxley with the plastic bag. And people say that this is murder. This is called murder in wrestling. How's it murder
Oh,
when
really?
nobody has been
Hardcore
dead
wrestling's
in the
called
ring?
murder?
You people think that AEW is going to bring a gun to AEW? Some of these freaking idiots think that Tony Khan would let a wrestler come in with a real gun and shoot somebody. Who in the fuck right mind would do that shit?
They wouldn't accuse Darby Allin of murder. Come on, stuff right there by simply putting a bag over John Moxley's head.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Then 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 connects and he puts the bag back on John Moxley and whisks lunch and he doing Bryan Danielson's head stomp and then the back doors open and John Moxley makes himself a breathing hole and Darby throws him into the coffin, but Pac is back and Pac looks way different, guys. Pac got a haircut. He looks so different. Pac looks so different now, guys. And he blasts Darby with a big boot and he puts Darby Allin up in a razor's edge over the rope into the other coffin onto the floor and Pac throws Darby Allin back inside and grabs a body bag and he sips it and drags Darby over and slips him in and he hooks Darby Allin up and throws it in the coffin and John Moxley kicks and shuts and John Moxley wins by shutting Darby Allin in the coffin and that's what happened right there and he won the coffin by shutting the door because this was a coffin match and that's what happened right there.
Also, regarding the thing that happened backstage.
So what was your thoughts, bro? What was your thoughts of Pac helping John Moxley and the Death Riders helping him?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good that he came back, but come on. Don't get me wrong. It's good that he came back and this was a hardcore match. You know, it has that, shock value and stuff and all that. But honestly, we really needed Darby to win that one, especially after coming back in a while and stuff, right there. Even though, yeah, John Moxley is a good wrestler and all that, right there. And they both went hardcore back and forth right there, even backstage, even after they lost the match. I like that too, right there. Right there, also, not to forget Darby Allin setting John Moxley on fire. And, those wrestlers.
On backstage, bro, that moment was crazy, bro. That backstage moment right there, oh, that was crazy, bro. With Darby Allin with the fire, and then the security had to come there with a fire extinguisher, or what what I'm talking about, a fire extinguisher or whatever you call it. Can't pronounce it. Fire extinguisher or whatever.
Fire extinguisher. That's what it is.
Yeah,
the extinguisher.
They had to bring that out. Oh man, that was a crazy moment though, bro.
Yeah, because I remember when Darby Allin got the metal pipe and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you whoop John Moxley with it and you put him in the body bag and start lighting gasoline. But no, some people out there will say, oh, it's murder, it's murder, it's murder. Did we have anybody murdered during that show? No, we did not.
No.
No, we did not. We did not have anybody freaking murdered in that very show and stuff and all that. I'm telling you.
True, Prince. True.
That's the thing.
Good shit. Crazy. Yep.
That's what we need. Good crazy shit. Not there. We need some good crazy shit there. Anyway.
Okay, man, I'm telling you. Then we had the backstage stuff with Mark Briscoe celebrating over his victory over MJF, and then Kyle O'Reilly was backstage and Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale and stuff, which was cool and stuff, which was funny. And then freaking Harley Cameron picking something on Mark Briscoe's butt. Oh man, that was crazy, bro. And then he says beating MJF feels good. He's going to look forward to another man who he's been torn in his ass and Don Callis, and he tells him to pick 3 of his biggest baddest goons for a trios match against him and Hologram and another member of the conglomeration.
The conglomeration. Yes, that one.
Yeah, that's what it's hard to pronounce
that
it,
one
bro.
right there. Mm-hmm.
And then Willow Nightingale asks who it's going to be, and Mark asks Kyle O'Reilly if he's ready to come back, and Kyle O'Reilly says whatever, and they're teasing Orange Cassidy, bro. they're teasing Orange Cassidy. I knew they were teasing that when they did this with all of them doing this. I knew they were teasing Orange Cassidy, bro.
Yep, that's the sign right there. They gave the sign.
Yeah, yeah. And then this was the moment of the night too. This was the moment of the night. This four-way for the AEW Women's Championship with Chris Statlander winning the AEW Women's Championship. You know, I've been wearing this shirt for a long time, guys. This old shirt.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is a
dude,
Chris Statlander shirt that I've been wearing for years, for freaking years. I've been wearing
dude,
this shirt since probably 21 or 2020. But yeah, guys, man, I'm telling you,
honestly, man, I
man,
really didn't think Chris
good up.
Statlander was going to
She
win that one. That was
deserved
beyond my
it.
prediction.
She
Oh, give
deserved
it
it.
a round of applause, man. Come on, round of
She
applause.
deserved it. She
She
deserved it.
deserve it.
Yeah, man. Tony Storm's gear, bro. Oh my god, bro. Tony Storm's gear, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. And then you know, Jimmy Hater's gimmick, you know, the whole thing with Jimmy Hater, she had some good gear too from back in the day. You know,
She did.
that whole stuff with her. She looks like a person from the 70s, doesn't she? With all of her gear and stuff. She looks like somebody from the 70s, bro.
Not
With that,
exactly. I thought her gear looks more Scottish in my opinion, or Irish.
oh,
Something
but
like
that's
that.
just
There's
my
something
opinion,
around that
guys. That's just
style.
my
Just
opinion.
saying.
I mean, it's like vintage stuff. Like it looks like vintage, like kind of cool vintage gear.
Something like that.
Okay, so let's talk about it, guys. I think Tekla did great in this match too. She got I think she got some eye stuff. I seen it on Twitter that she has like she got some eye tack. What is it called? Contacts. She got some contacts, and it was pretty cool to see.
Or eye
But yes, guys.
contacts. You know,
Yeah.
or
So
something
let's
like that.
talk about it, guys. Let's talk about this match. Oh man, this was great. Let's talk about it. So settling down quickly to Statlander and Hayter in the ring, and Chris gets her down for a near fall and off the ropes, and Tekla cuts her off with a big boot, but gets cut off by a hip attack from Tony Storms and turn and taking each other out in a big puddle of bodies onto the floor, and Tekla throws Jimmy Hayter into the barricade and slamming Tony Storms onto the rope back inside and whipping her with a belt. And Jimmy Hayter comes back in and chokes her with her own belt and then whipping into the corner. And Chris Statlander gets a boot up and taking Tony Storms up top. And Tekla cuts her off up and Tony Storms herself. I was thinking Tony Storms herself, spiders suplex and connects, and she sits back up and Hater up with her now and spider suplex and denies, but she sits up with a hard right and gets the spider suplex the second time, and Chris Statlander up with her and clobbering elbow from the um um what is that country? Not Argentina, the other one. Australia.
Which one? Oh,
Australian,
Australia. Yes.
Australian, and a third suplex and a superplex, and the champ kicked her down. You know, Tony Storms kicked her down. Also again, Tony Storms kicked her down and cornered hip attack, and Chris Statlander tacks up on her, and Jimmy Hayter adds. Also again, Jimmy Hayter adds some action, more and stuff with the lapel and back suplex for Chris Statlander, backbreaker for the champ, and an exploder for to also again an exploder for Tekla, and she fires back up, and Jimmy Hayter double suplex and a first suplex, and Tekla slips out and big elbow and a double stomp from the champ Tony Storms, and the match breaking down into everybody doing something cool, and a sit out spinebuster from Tony Storms and a blockbuster from Chris Statlander, which was cool. That tombstone that she did, bro, and the freaking on the freaking what you call it at ringside, that tombstone that she did was cool, bro. That was cool from Chris Statlander, bro. And then that freaking moonsault that she did, bro, was sick from Chris Statlander, bro.
Ooh, the
Oh
timing of that
man,
moonsault. That's the thing right there.
Yeah, yeah, man. This was the moment of the night for the women, bro. For the women, this was the moment of the night, bro. Yeah,
That really
Marcena's
was, man.
winning was predictable, but a lot of people thought that that Tony Storms was going to retain.
I thought she was going to retain as well.
Yeah. Then then okay guys, and then off the ropes, Jimmy Hayter drops Chris Dallenter with a lariat, and everybody's down and out, and Tony and Jimmy work together and to send Chris out of the ring and turns to face each other, but Tekla trumps Black, and Jimmy Hayter double whips on the um what you call it, like I said again, onto the um what is that country's name again that I said? Um
Australia?
not Yeah, Australian, and he catches herself into the ropes and a double hanging head scissors, and Chris Statlander breaks it and up Saturday Night Fear over the floor and takes Tekla out. Then Tony Storms fires up and corner hub attack and a Storm Zero, the Storm Zero that Tony Storms does, her finisher, the Storm Zero. And then Jimmy Hayter breaks it up, and Tony Storms and Jimmy Hayter trading elbows in the middle of the ring, and then a Hater raid block, and then a Hater raid block, a second try, and then a Hater breaker connects, and Jimmy Hater lands true, but Tekla breaks it up, and then Tekla with a cover, and Tony kicks out, but she gets caught in a clutch, and then the champion crawls, Tony Storms crawls for the rope and gets a foot up, and Jimmy Hater puts Tekla out to the apron and clobbering, I'll say it again, clobbering away at the um Australian front kick, and Tekla spears her clean off the apron, and Chris Statlander rolls Tony through, and then Chris Statlander wins the AEW Women's Championship with a seatbelt pin on Tony Storms and becomes the AEW Women's Champion, and she pins the champion, guys. Oh man, great freaking moment, bro. You know
That
what Tony
is
Storms did
very great.
after? Did you see how Tony Storms looked, bro? She was shocked.
She was
Did you see her?
surprised,
Her
man. Like,
freaking
she didn't
eyes was
expect
like
Chris
this, bro.
Statlander.
And I think she was happy for Chris Statlander, bro. I think Tony Storms was really happy for Chris Statlander, bro.
Chris Statlander, yeah, Tony Storms has more respect towards. You could tell by her reaction in that one video when she was, calling out a number of female wrestlers. That video was funny. That was
Yeah.
funny.
Slap.
You know which
That
video I'm
was
talking
funny, bro.
about,
That
right?
slap tarts, calling everybody slap tarts.
Yes, that one right there. That video right. That was hilarious. I love that. But when I first heard that in the background, I was thinking, what kind of podcaster is that? It wasn't a podcaster. It was actually Tony Storms going off.
Okay, and then the post match, Tony Storms breaks up the ramp slowly and stunned by her loss, like I said, and then Harley Cameron comes running down to celebrate with her pal Chris Statlander, which was a great moment with Harley Cameron and Chris Statlander. Great stuff, man. I don't know if they're going to have Harley Cameron turn heel or what. I don't know, because mostly when people celebrate their moment, they'll do something and then they'll stab them in the back. So we'll see. We'll see what time tells. And then we had this four-way. Man. I'm telling you. Then we had this freaking four-way. Oh man, this four-way was so good. This ladder match and freaking Bandito retaining. The Young Bucks did great back and forth. Freaking the ladder stuff. Freaking Slash Del Sol's favorite moment was the Kevin Knight table spot. He could tell you guys about that and so on and so forth.
Yes, I really like. Somebody fix my damn camera. Anyway, yeah, I think we got to put in consideration how Kevin Knight really took the guts to land on that table and stuff right there and all that. You could even hear the table go off and stuff and all that. Just really fantastic right there. Right there. That right there was my most favorite match of the entire show and stuff and all that. My most favorite right there. Honestly, yeah, lots of swinging around and everything. Just really good, man. Just really great and stuff right there. And I can tell you, man, this is exactly why people in the comments were begging AEW to post longer clips. Longer freaking clips, I'm telling you, stuff and all that.
Oh, and guys, the other moment too. Finally, Jack Perry is a babyface again, and we'll see him do this again.
Yeah,
Jungle
he's
Boy
basically
again,
going to be
man.
doing that again.
Jungle Boy, not Jack Perry anymore, hopefully, because he's going with Kill Switch, which he's not Kill Switch anymore. He's going back as Luchadores again.
Luchasaurus
He's
again.
going
Yeah, he's
back
going
as
back to the name
Luchadores again,
Luchasaurus.
man.
That's the thing. Yeah, pretty much. I noticed that. Yeah, him and Luchasaurus came back. You could say.
Yes, the Jurassic Express is back, baby. The Expressus Expat is back, baby. Even though Jack Perry is his personality sucks, I like him. I don't know why, but I like him when he's doing that Jungle Boy stuff, man.
Yeah, the Jungle Boy.
He did good. He did great with that Jack Perry stuff for me to hate him that much with that Cope Gold stuff with the Cope Gold. He really freaking made me not like him, man. But still, he was good at his job in New Japan doing those matches in New Japan. Even though, even though he made CM Punk, leave AEW. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, that incident that happened backstage and stuff right there. Someone even recorded
Yeah,
that fight.
bro. I can't believe that was almost freaking 3 years ago, bro. People
Yeah,
were
almost
telling
three
me that
years
was
ago
almost three freaking
since
years
that
ago,
fight
bro.
backstage. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, time goes by pretty quickly. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, time flies by like weeds, bro. And there was just a lot of crazy spots with Bandito with the 21, the 21 plex that he does, that 21 plex. I love when he does that 21 plex and stuff, guys. There was some great moments and stuff. Um, you know, the freaking the Young Bucks doing their pose and stuff and trying to do the EVP triggers and all that collaboration and all of that, you know. Then Josh Alexander doing his twoplex and stuff and all that great stuff with Inchicero doing all his freaking flips and stuff as well.
Mhm.
Inchicero and stuff. I love Inchicero, bro. Inchicero's a great freaking wrestler, man.
He was Hechicero.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna go real quick with the result with this one. I'm sorry, but it was still a great match. It was still a great match. It was just a lot of action, a lot of action with that. Just a lot of freaking technical freaking tag team wrestling right there. That was another great tag team match, man. Telling you. And I'll just read it from the freaking medium side towards the end for you y'all because I don't want to be on here longer than I should, so yeah, Nick Jackson slide shots DDT spikes Bandito into the apron, and then the Young Bucks perching since elbow drop through the table, and then Kevin Knight splashes into Cero through a table, and then Brody King fires Thunder Mike Bailey through the damn bridge ladder. Dangerous. Yes, this Jet Speed did great in that match too. Jet Speed as well, guys. Jet Speed did so great in that match. Jet Speed did great. Freaking Bandito and freaking Brody King, the Banditos did, the Broditos did great. The Broditos did great. Jet Speed did great. Freaking Don Callis family did great. Josh Alexander and Inchicero did great. And freaking the Young Bucks did great as well, even though we can't stand them. But yeah, guys, give it up to all of them, man. Give it up to all of them, man.
I
That was a
definitely
great
do,
freaking
man. We
format,
definitely
a
are.
great tag team
Freaking
match,
thing.
man. In the ladder match, I'm telling you.
That ladder match. Yep.
Crazy
Hell
stuff,
yeah.
man. Crazy stuff in that ladder match with the
He's like,
tables and all that stuff and all
how
that
was it?
crazy
What
stuff
was
and
it? You
crazy
said
moments and stuff,
the
man.
way, like the way you said good shit, good shit, good shit. I love the way you did that in the calls.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, that was some good stuff. And then Kevin Knight clears the ring and climbs for the ladder, and Josh climbs to meet him, and Nick Jackson springboards onto the ladder and knocks Josh Alexander down and wrenches, and Inchicero cuts him off and knocks him off the ladder. And then Josh Alexander pulls Brody King down and sends backbreaker wrist powerbomb and whips him out. And then Kevin Knight up top of the ladder, and all four heels work together since march to the ladder off the rope and drops him through the table, which was insane. And then Don Callis Ellis with a low blow, and then to the tag champs. And then Josh Alexander leaps the ladder, but the Young Bucks take Inchicero out with a super kick party and puts him down, and then a BTE trigger, and the Young Bucks climb, reaching Brody King knocks the ladder over, and then Brody King gives Bandito a ladder off the top, and the ladder since moonsault takes the Bucks out. Yes, he takes the Bucks out with a moonsault, and that's what happened. And Bandito back inside and climbing, and Brody King keeps watching, one title and two, and Brodito wins by climbing the ladder and receiving the AEW World Tag Team Championships, because that's what you got to do in a ladder match to win the match. So. Then the post match, the Young Bucks lettering in the ring, and then like I said again, Jack Perry appears behind them, and then he flips them the bird, and then he starts attacking the Young Bucks. Then Rocky Romero freaking takes Jack Perry away, tries to drag him away and stuff. And then Jack Perry smiles because the Young Bucks were going to do the BE trigger to him, and then he's smiling like this. And then out of nowhere we see a video package of Luchadors, and then Luchadors helps him and stuff, and Luchadors comes out to make the save, man. That was a great moment, man. That was a great freaking moment, bro. Oh,
The Jungle Boy thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but I'm not being noisy. Ignore her, guys. Ignore her, my live viewers and my repeat viewers. Ignore that. Ignore that, guys. We have moments like this just because it's great freaking shit.
Just sometimes we gotta get noisy. That's a freaking thing right there and stuff. But no, but sadly, some people don't understand that. And what do they do instead? No, they decide to listen to people like JD right there, who doesn't even get his facts right. Like, that dude doesn't like appreciate anything and stuff and all that. He just wants
And then
to keep
before the main event, we already talked about the John Moxley and Darby Allin thing, so I won't be talking about that, guys. And then Tony Khan is going to have an announcement, and an important announcement this Wednesday. I don't know what it is, but we'll see what it is. Hopefully, it's a Continental Classic for the women, or freaking announcing tag team titles for the women. Hopefully, it's one of those two. What's your thoughts? What do you want to see to be the announcement? Do you want to see that that AEW is going to be doing freaking starting to do 3-hour shows? Because freaking Advocate was saying that the show that I'm going to is going to be 3 hours long. So yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours long is right there. But honestly, I mean, okay, 3 hours long is good as long as there's no squash matches or anything and stuff and all that. No F-ups, if that makes sense. I'm telling you.
Okay, guys, it's time for the main event match. Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher, which was a great match. Just go back for boom, 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 boom. Kyle Fletcher and him just freaking stop, man. This main event was freaking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. As much I tell you guys, I was kind of pissed off at Double or Nothing with him, but it was still a great match, and I really wanted Will Ospreay, but like I said, Will Ospreay's going to be gone for a while. I hope he comes back with a speedy recovery, and all the other people, like I said, that are gone too. But man, when he does come back, I hope he goes for the AEW World Title, bro. I really do. I hope Will Ospreay gets a chance for the AEW World Title and wins it, bro, and wins it. Oh man, imagine Will Ospreay being the AEW World Champion, bro. I like Will Ospreay, bro. With all those flips that he does, and it goes around the ring, and it goes.
Yep.
That your brain goes like
Stuff.
drinking like an energy drink, guys. It goes like an energy drink.
Dude, it
It really
does,
does.
man. It
It
does
goes
like
like an
a
energy
specific one.
drink in my brain.
Yeah, it really gets those B12s up, man. That really gets you moving and stuff right there. Sometimes I wonder if they even drink an energy drink every now and then before a match. They probably do. They
Probably do,
probably
yeah,
do.
bro. Probably do. They
Yeah.
probably do, bro. But yes, guys, let's talk about this whole match right here. Oh man. So Hangman Adam Page with a gold side stop bar, and Kyle Fletcher reversed with a twist lock, hair pull, and an arm dragger, and Hangman rolls through and reverses to a hammerlock and side headlock and shuts off and shoulder block, and Kyle Fletcher power bombs and pulls him over off the ropes and drops down a leg lip frog and big elbow from the champion, and Hangman with a big chomp, and Kyle Fletcher chomps him also again chomps him and stuff, and they're going back and forth with trades back and forth, and then a fake out chomp into a kick. Then Kyle Fletcher gets the better of the change mountain punch and working him over the rope and kicking Hangman to the floor and trading strikes at ringside. And Kyle Fletcher throws the champion over the barricade and gets a sense by the ref. And then Kyle Fletcher dives over the barricade and regrets it. Then Hangman takes him back inside and backbreaker into a lariat and covers for two. Then back and forth, and then Hangman goes for up top, and Kyle Fletcher shoves him clean off the turnbuckle and crashing to the floor, and Kyle Fletcher power bombs him into the apron and takes him back inside and puts boot to him into the corner and choking him away. Then Hangman wants buckshot and cuts him off with a super kick, and Hanging DDT connects. Nope. And then scoops and then a driver and a cover for two, and then stomping Hangman Adam Page's neck and driving elbow drop, and then only for a near fall. And then Kyle Fletcher locks him in a line tower into the middle of the ring. And then Hangman crawls for the rope and gets to the break. And then Kyle Fletcher kicks him and charging in. And Hangman pops up and drops him with a lariat. And then back and forth, really hard hitting stuff and power bombs and lure bombs and stuff like that. And then this part right here, Kyle Fletcher cuts him up of midair with a super kick and follows it with a lip bomb, but Hangman wouldn't stay down. And then a step away at the champion and pulls him out to the floor. And then Hangman Adam Page reversed with a tombstone pile driver on the floor. Oh, that was sick.
Yep,
That
the
part
tombstone
was
pile
sick,
driver on the
bro.
floor. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Really great stuff.
Then Hangman with a hanging DDT off the apron and head up top, and then nobody's home on a shit's moonsault this time, and Kyle Fletcher blasts him with a running boot and clearing the timekeeper's table, and Kyle Fletcher grabs a chair and sits on the barricade and a brainbuster through the timekeeper's table. That was crazy. That freaking brainbuster through the timekeeper's area, bro. That was insane. That was insane with the timekeeper's table. That was crazy, bro. With that
Oh, the
brainbuster, bro.
timekeeper's table. Oh, no.
Yeah, and then Kyle Fletcher drags him back inside and letting him up and running back kick to the back of the neck, and then turning Hangman around and jawing him and back roll charging and kicks for to his ascent to this time and up for it and cinch drop and brainbuster connects, but Hangman wouldn't stay down, and Kyle Fletcher stays Hangman up top and climbs to him and back onto the mat and trading kicks off the rope and one boot, then a running knee, and then Hangman is down and out. Then fighting on the apron is since and Hangman reverses a dead eye off the apron and through a table, which was insane. The freaking dead eye off the apron through the freaking table. And then freaking Hangman throws him back inside and letting him back up. And then Kyle Fletcher collapses under Bloodshot. And then the ref issue the standing 10 count. And then Hangman gets to his feet under his own power. But Kyle Fletcher since drags himself up the rope. Then Hangman lands up the finger gun bunk off the apron and a feet trigger and an electric chair and one winged angel. You know, that's Kenny Omega's finisher, the one winged angel, Kenny Omega's finisher.
Mhm.
But Kyle Fletcher kicked out and stuff, and then going back and forth, and then Kyle Fletcher with the hiding blade, you know, that's That's Will Ospreay's move as well, the hiding blade. Then for a near fall, and then underhook, and then Hangman Adam Page slips out in a big pressure, but Kyle Fletcher kicks out and stuff, and back and forth, really good stuff right there. And then Kyle Fletcher tears both pads off the top turnbuckle, and the refs assist him, and Kyle Fletcher jaws at him and gets Hangman into the corner and running into Nari and hanging him into the turnbuckle and two-plex lifts, shocking for precision, and Hangman spikes his head into the exposed turnbuckle, and then Hangman maneuvers him into a position, and then the avalanche Deadeye connects, but it's slow to capitalize, and then a slug shot and blood shot lands it, and that's what happened right there. And Hangman Adam Page retains the AW World Championship, and then Hangman batters and hurt. I'll say again, Hangman batters and hurting, but since and bone, and makes his way to the stage and sense of his people, and that's what happened. I give this show a freaking 9 out of 10 because of Chris Statlander freaking winning that AW Women's Championship. That's what I
Mhm.
gave this show a 9. I would have given this show an 8, but for that moment, for Chris Statlander, I give this
Mhm.
show a 9. But if it
Yeah.
wasn't for that, I would have given this show an 8 out of 10, guys. I would have given this show an 8 out of 10. But real quick before we go, I know earlier we did a quick result for Wrestlepalooza. I gave that show a 4 out of 10. That show was, it was
Yeah, and I
average at
gave that
best.
one a
It was
three point
average.
eight. I told you I gave that one a 3.8 because good gosh, Brock. Why, Brock? Just why?
Oh man.
Well, make it a swash and beat John Cena just like that. No, 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 no. My
Um,
goodness.
but I'm gonna go and let Slash Del Soul plug himself. Tell everybody his Twitter handle, and support him, guys, like you some of you do. The Rest Collective.
Basically
We
the
love you
same name
guys from
as
Wrestle
what's on
Collective.
here is what is shown on here. Basically the same name. Nothing too complicated, and stuff and all that. Yeah, and real soon I'll be going live again right there and posting on X as well. So yeah, that's the thing right there. Talking about the good shit, the good stuff right there, and all that. Which some specific people want to miss out on. That's the thing right there. Let me fix my damn camera again. Right there. Anyway, I'm giving
So before we
what
go,
I gotta
bro,
give
before you
all
go,
out
bro,
is huh.
before you go, before you go, bro, tell him what was your favorite moment and what was your like okay moment of the show.
My okay moment is when Darby Allin lost, but my favorite moment is landed on that table. Man, that was some good stuff. That was just fantastic. Loved it right there. I'm trying to know that. Honestly, in my opinion, yeah, All Out would have to be probably an 8.5, in my opinion, at least. Right there. I mean, nothing wrong about 8.5, because that's what I'm giving it.
All right, bro. So yes, guys, his favorite moment was the Brodito match, right? You said the
Yeah,
four-way
Brodito
ladder
match.
match.
Love that one.
Yeah, that was a great match. But my favorite
Four-way
moment
ladder
of the
match
night,
with,
guys,
you know,
my favorite moment of the night was freaking Mark Briscoe fences MJF's match. That table and tax match, that was my favorite moment. And my last moment of the night was freaking the Eddie Kingston Princess Big Bill match. I wish it would have been lasted longer. There could have been more move sets in that match, and yeah, you know. But but my opinion, the other best moment of the show was Chris Statlander winning the AEW Women's Championship. That was my other favorite moment of the show, in my opinion. But yes, guys, before we go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, guys. And CJD, CJD stands for Christopher Jackson Denver for short. So yes, guys, this is Christopher Jackson Denver, 2006. I'll say again, this is Christopher Jackson, 2006. And like I said again, tomorrow night I'll do Monday Night Raw solo. I'll do it solo tomorrow night by myself tomorrow night or Tuesday morning, wherever, whenever. I'll probably do it in my by my balcony or in here, either of them. But anyways, guys, um we'll see you again, and hopefully I'll start doing more live streams like I used to do on my old channel, like do more, like be more active like I used to, because some of those live streams that I have are like kind of me like hard working and stuff, and then my brother would always have to check in on me guys and stuff, and I would have to mute. So yeah, so yes guys, but if he has to bother me again when he comes back, I'll put myself on mute because I don't want you guys to hear him in the background. So yeah. But anyways, guys, I can't wait for my sister to come back and all that stuff. But that's a long story. That's something that y'all don't need to know about. But but yes, guys. So yes, guys. Like I said again, this is Christopher Jackson, Denver, CJD 2006, and this is Slash Del Soul, aka Silly Goose, aka
Silly goose, yeah,
aka
pretty much.
aka um Red Lightning Boy, aka what's the other name that you
It
used to
goes
go
by a
by
bunch of
too?
names.
The
'Cause,
other name. What
yeah,
was the other
Silly Goose
name?
was the name I started off with,
And
but
Lucha
yeah,
Boa, and aka
Lucha
Lucha
Boa.
Boa as well, guys.
Yeah, there's a bunch of names to go around.
So yes, guys, that's all I have to say. And peace out and take care, guys. Peace out and take care.
Peace out and take care. Also, rock out and be there, guys.